Hello everyone, I'm Fraser, one half of the Nintendo Nerds, here with my second pick for You Should Play This, a series where we talk about games we have loved playing and why we think they'd be right for you. Today I'll be talking about a game that I have spent entirely too much time playing and possibly obsessing over, the one, the only, Rocket League. Back in 2008, Psyonix, a then relatively unknown San Diego developer, released their second game for the PlayStation 3, entitled Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket-Powered Battle Cars. Now go ahead and say that 3 times fast. In this game, 2 teams of multiple players rip around a soccer pitch in cars, hoping to score goals against each other with a giant soccer ball. The premise seems fairly simple, yet it is extremely addictive. And given that at the time the only other game to their name was something else that had come out on the PS3 before, this game reached somewhere in the realm of about 2 million downloads on the PlayStation Network, which was definitely an impressive feat. It also showed that there was something to this type of game and that it drew players' interests. This first game didn't really receive any glowing reviews from news outlets and wasn't really considered to be much of a success for Psyonix. But regardless of this, the game had found an audience, and they began production on a spiritual successor in 2013. Now let's fast forward to July 2015, and the release of the follow-up to Battle Cars, the game we're here to talk about, Rocket League. By the time of this game's initial release, I really wasn't spending too much time with my PlayStation anymore, and I thought, oh, this might be a fun game to play one day. And man, was that ever an understatement. To my surprise and delight, Rocket League was eventually announced to be released on the Nintendo Switch in November of 2017, and I bought the game the day it was released. I remember watching reviews on YouTube and clips from Twitch streamers for this game prior to its official release on the Switch, and it was exactly the kind of game I was looking for at the time. There was a lot of hope and promise for the Switch in that first year, and we knew a lot of games were still to come, but by November, 6 months after the release of the console, I really didn't have a lot of games that I was playing with friends. I think Mario Kart was about it, so having something new was really exciting. I remember telling my friend all about this game and how excited I was at the chance to be able to play it. A friend who, by the way, had recently gone and bought a Nintendo Switch because he was without internet for a couple of days due to construction around his house, and his solution to his boredom was to buy the new Nintendo console. But I digress. That's a story for another time. I don't think I quite knew or understood what I was getting into when I started this game, and how much of my life it would eventually eat up. As I said when I started this video, the premise of Rocket League seems pretty simple on paper. Teams of cars on a soccer field trying to score goals against each other in a 5-minute match to see who would win. I started playing this game casually in unranked matches, boosting everywhere, chasing the ball down the field and up the walls, trying my hardest to score. You quickly learn, though, that this approach will not get you very far in the overall meta of the game. When my friend and I finally decided to take ourselves online into ranked 2v2 matches, you realize that running circles around the pitch like a fool gets you absolutely nowhere. This game is fast-paced, and it can be punishing if you don't make an effort to think quickly on your feet and try to anticipate your opponent's next move. You really need to work with your teammates, because Rocket League isn't a game about everyone trying to be the hero who scores the goals. I learned through my journey that I scored the occasional goal, and that was always fun and rewarding, but my strengths really lied in helping my teammates, setting them up to score, getting back to the net quickly to prevent our opponents from scoring, and trying to be tactful about my placement on the field to prevent our opponents from advancing toward our net. I'm not gonna lie to you. My skill in this game is alright, but I have fun, and that's the most important part of it for me. The game is easy to pick up, but extremely hard to master. All you have to do to understand what I mean is to go to YouTube, after you finish this video of course, and look for something like Rocket League Pros. The skill some of these Rocket League players possess is absolutely astounding. Their ball control, their abilities to anticipate where the ball will be, and some of the craziest things I've seen, like the ability of someone to fly their car upside down while cradling the ball in between the wheels of their car right into the opposing team's net. I mean, come on, seriously. I consider myself to be a fairly good gamer, but some of these mechanics are just beyond me, and I think I border somewhere around 800 hours of playtime. So I'm going to repeat that. 800 hours of playtime for a $20 game. There's a lot of bang for your buck here, and we've only really scratched the surface of the standard play. There are lots of other modes here to enjoy, like hoops, where you try and dunk a ball into the basketball net instead of a standard soccer goal. Snow Day, where the soccer pitch is transformed into a hockey rink and you bat around a hockey puck with completely different physics to the standard soccer ball. Or even Rumble, where most standard gameplay elements are present, but there's a twist. Items. Think of it like standard Rocket League soccer type gameplay a la Mario Kart. I'll be honest, these modes are fun, and if you spend a lot of time with siblings or spouses playing games on the couch, I think you'd get countless hours of enjoyment out of them. But I've only dabbled, so my experience and opinions are fairly limited on this. How about customization, you ask? Well, for those of you who like to spend way too much time in other games, creating or modifying anything you possibly can, fret not. Rocket League offers customization in spades. You start out with a standard selection of cars and paint colors, among other things, to create your own custom Rocket League mobile. But as you spend more time with this game, the possibilities just become endless. Wheels, paint types, car toppers, antennas, boost trails, goal explosions, engine noises. Seriously, the list goes on beyond that. I can't even tell you how often I found myself laughing at the silly creations that other players had put together, or the number of items I saw that I knew I wanted for myself. Music is another place where Rocket League absolutely shines. Beginning in 2017, Psyonix struck a deal with Canadian electronic music record label Monster Cat to provide ongoing updates to the in-game music. Artists include people like Hyper Potions, who was responsible for the Sonic Mania theme song a couple of years ago, and Nokai, another YouTuber who produces music under the name of VGR, and someone I've been following for a long time because of his video game remixes. Psyonix does a spectacular job of keeping the game relevant and gives you tons of reasons to come back and play. Similar to other games with large online communities, Psyonix breaks down the game into seasons. The game entices you to return and play ranked matches and move up the leaderboards because at the end of every season, they offer limited time rewards that you get based on how well you played. Psyonix also takes the time to offer multiple events throughout the year that revolve around different themes. Oftentimes in the spring, they'll have an event where you unlock flowers or petals, and those can be used to unlock some free, limited time gear. And over the winter holidays, you'll find similar events, offering free items and maybe the fact that soccer fields are now covered in snow. You should play this if you like sports games that don't take themselves too seriously and offer a lot of variety in gameplay modes and difficulty levels depending on how you like to play. You love customization to the point of obsession. Or you need a new game that's good for a little bit of pick up and play here and there. On the flip side, if you have a habit of being way too competitive and not being the best will drive you mad, or you have a bit of an addictive personality where you cannot pull yourself away, this may not be the game for you. Psyonix really created something special with Rocket League, an easy to pick up party game with tons of accessible modes for the casual gamer, and an extremely intricate and sometimes maddeningly difficult game for those who really like a challenge. Have you played Rocket League? Have you gone down the rabbit hole with customization as far as I have, scouring the forums online to trade items endlessly, looking to get the perfect build for your rocket-powered supercar? We definitely want to know, so leave a comment below or message us on Twitter or Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. For more nerdy content, please make sure to click that subscribe button. As always, we hope you leave this video ready to pick up a Pro Controller, a paintbrush, or a pen. For the Nintendo nerds, I'm Fraser. Until next time.